What's up? And hey, 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 it is your favorite girl vocal with AJ Reese. That's right, coming to you guys on this awesome, what? Thursday. Because this video will be released to you on when? Tuesday. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. So, listen, I hope your day has been great. My day has been pretty good. I can't say that it's not. It is. It's been pretty good. Okay, so I was sitting in service. I know y'all like, here she go again. No, don't make me laugh. Y'all like, but we didn't. It's okay. You should know me by now. I can be real silly, but serious, but silly. Anyway, I was sitting in service and my pastor was talking about, I want to say this was before the new year, and he said that he was going to begin to do, he was talking about, I'm sorry y'all, I don't want y'all to feel like I'm like going in circles, but he was talking about and touching on, it's okay not to be okay. And what he meant by that was, we go through a lot of things in this life, and sometimes we don't spend enough time addressing the fact that we're just not okay from the things that we're dealing with and what's happening in our life. And the more I pondered it, I felt like different emotions because I can recall on so many different occasions of trying to express the emotions that I was feeling from whether it was being sexually abused or disrespected or lied on or mistreated or being showed uh, favoritism and all this other stuff, like, and not that I was being showed favoritism, but I was experiencing watching favoritism take place, and it was always never in my favor. And I can just remember so many different times talking about how stuff was making me feel, and then you have people who will come and tell you how you shouldn't feel and why you shouldn't feel like that and why you should this and why you need to that and why you need to focus on the bigger picture and why you're in the list goes on and on and on. And I'm telling you, I have learned in this life we are going to have what the Bible calls trials and tribulations. We're going to have a lot of different attacks that come up against us that we don't like. We're going to have people that will betray you, that will lie on you, that will do you dirty, that will, snitch on, like, and I don't mean snitching on stuff that you did that was dirty. I'm talking about acting as if your stuff is sacred and confidential with them, and then they're running with it and they're just spreading it amongst whoever will have a lend a listening ear or whatever. But I just remember being made to feel like I did not have the right to be in the moment and to show up emotionally present in that moment. I remember always being made to feel like what I wanted to share and express wasn't worth listening to. And why are you still talking about that? And aren't you over that yet? God, when are you just going to let God deliver and heal you? Yada, 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 yada. So what happened? I started to feel like I wasn't supposed to show emotional sensitivity. I was feeling like I'm weak if I express that I'm hurt or I shed tears, uh, or something's wrong with me or I'm weird. You let that hurt you, you this. I've had, and a lot of you not, I've had leaders from the church make comments like, that happened years ago, why you still on that? We have to be so careful of adding more trauma to people's extenuating situations. We have to be so careful. And it's funny because we'll act like we're being so careful. We'll act like, we understand. We'll act like, we're really going to give a listening ear and listen without judgment. But if that is the case, why is it that the people who end up having mental crises and breakdowns and end up committing suicide leave notes? And for the ones who don't leave notes, I don't know, but they always felt like no one cared or no one would listen. Let me just explain something to you. I remember growing up in a home, I couldn't express my feelings, and when I did, I got reprimanded for it. So I learned how to lie. I put on this fake smile. But what people don't understand, there were so many days I wanted to commit suicide. Not only did I want to commit suicide, I wanted to commit murder and then suicide. My intention was going to be to murder my mother's husband, who sexually abused me, and then her for sitting around and just allowing him to do whatever. And then I was going to kill myself because in my mind, I'm not doing no jail time for something that wasn't my fault. Again, we have got to learn how to show up and be emotionally stable and present for other people and for ourselves first, and then for other people. Excuse me. I remember days crying and weeping and being called a crybaby. I'm weak. You always crying over something. But you guys are the ones that are causing me all of this tremendous pain, heartache, this sorrow. So I learned how to lie in front of the public and make it seem like I was okay. Nothing was wrong. Oh, I'm great. But then I sit in my room at night and I'm weeping and I'm sobbing, hating the skin I'm in, being called names. Why can't you fix yourself up? Why can't you do this? It was always some type of discriminatory comment or statement. When I tell you I know what it's like to be ripped apart verbally, you would think from a mother who's supposed to love her children, but you sit with the offender, the sexual predator, and you both would just rip me apart. And then you would make me feel like it's not okay to not be okay. When I tell you I have such a heart for people who go through, who have been through trauma, who have been through such tremendous and extreme things in their lives, it just touched me. It does. I know that I am where I am today and that I am alive because of who Christ is and because somebody was praying for me. You know the song, and for those who do, you know what I'm getting ready to say. You know when you hear me say it. But for those who don't, there is a song and it says somebody prayed for me, had me on their mind. I'm so glad they prayed for me. I wholeheartedly, I mean that. I mean that thing. I know I couldn't pray for myself. But let me tell you something of how God does talk to the unbeliever as well as the believer. I remember being in a state of unbelief with my relationship with Christ. And I remember those moments, those dark moments of pondering murder and suicide. And I remember, like I know my first, middle, and last name, I remember hearing the Holy Spirit say to me, I love you. I love you. And I was like, wait, huh? He said, but I love you with an everlasting love. He said, it's not worth it. I will take care of it. And at that moment, I was like, wait, am I losing? Like, what? Huh? But it was something about those words, I love you, that would soften my damaged and broken and fragmented and bitter and angry heart. That is why they are still alive. It is because of the love of Christ. It's not because of me. It was because I had such a love that I didn't know I had for a Savior because of the love He had for me first. I didn't feel like I was worth anything. I didn't know that He died and did all this for me. But where I'm at today, I realize wholeheartedly 100 solid percent that it is okay not to be okay. We spend all this time allowing society and people to give us their negative input of what they think we should be doing. I still have mental scarring from being sexually traumatized. I still have it. I still have nightmares to this day. And I know it's the enemy that tries it. I know. But one thing I will say, if you have not been through somebody's shoes, pain, and experience, keep your mouth shut. Mind your business. If you're not going to pray them through it, then go have a seat. And while you're having a seat, mind your business and shut up. as Sister Lynn says, that's a word. Sometimes we are the reason, sometimes, of why people shut down and can't ever open back up. I remember being shut for a long time, deeply afraid of being hurt or threatened if I opened my mouth. So imagine having to walk around and be this ticking internal time bomb because you have nowhere for all of these thoughts and emotions and feelings to go, because nobody have given you a safe and a sacred platform to release. And it ain't a one and done. So we gonna stop all that too. Remember, I just said, mind your business. You don't know how long it take for people to have to work through their trauma. I've had a pastor say to me all these years, and you still, wow. So talk about hurt and then being re-injured emotionally with hurt. Somebody speaking on something they ain't never been through, but they gonna tell you about it. Does God heal and deliver? He does. But there will be some things that you will be forever working through because there's so many layers. And for me, it's so many layers to work through. But again, if you don't have nothing encouraging to say to help continue their process and journey of healing, mind your business and go have a seat as you're minding your business and shut up. That's all your girl got for you today. But I'm going to come back and talk about some more. Because sometimes we do surface talk. We don't get real down and dirty with stuff. Oh, for fear of. It ain't for fear of nobody, because if what I have to say ends up offending, whether it's my mother, my father, her husband, their family, whoever's family, then guess what? This channel ain't for you, baby. Because it's called getting free. I want God's people to get free. Starting with me. Love you guys. It's your favorite girl vocal with AJ Reese. Listen. Again. God gives us what we need. I love you guys. I want you guys to be encouraged. I want you guys to feel his presence of love in whatever it is you're going through. If you got anything you want to add or you want to share, feel free. Reach out to me. I'm always willing to listen. I'm willing to do what others wouldn't do for me. God bless you. You will see this message on what? Tuesday. Next Tuesday from who? Your favorite girl vocal with AJ Reese. Don't forget to click, like, share, and do what? Subscribe. Have a good one. Enjoy your weekend. Be blessed. Be safe. Stay prayed up. As my auntie may always say. Love you guys and God bless. Peace.